Um, I'm going to go ahead and let our speakers take it away. We have Jordan Spencer here from AccessLex, who's going to be talking about the Lex Scholars Program. And we have Miss Taria Thornton here as well, who's going to be talking about AccessLex and all of their resources. So I'll go ahead and let them take it away.
Hi everyone, my name is Jordan Spencer, and I'll be doing a presentation, as she said, on Lex Scholars and a little bit of the resources that we have to offer here at AccessLex Institute. So share my screen. Can we see that okay?
Yes, thank you.
Excellent. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about pre-law resources and the programs that we offer here at AccessLex. Again, my name is Jordan Spencer, and I'm a program coordinator and analyst here at AccessLex. So this is a roadmap we're going to follow today. And we're first going to do an explanation of the programs. We're going to then discuss the free tools and resources we have to offer. Then we'll have plenty of time for questions as well. So the first thing I want to discuss is the Lex Scholars Initiative. And Access Lex offers two education pathway programs within the Lex Scholars Initiative. And the Lex Scholars Initiative is about supporting aspiring law students and learning effective methods for increasing law school diversity. The first iteration of Lex Scholars is Lex Prelaw, and this is a more traditional pre-law pathway program focused on increasing the odds of admission to law school. Lex Postbac Direct focuses more on demonstrating academic readiness for law school and preparing for the academic rigor of first-year courses. So first, we'll be going through Lex Prelaw. So the Lex Prelaw program design. So Lex Prelaw was created to tackle four common barriers that underrepresented law students may face. The first is the LSAT, and folks may have trouble obtaining a score that reflects the talent and the passion folks bring to their pursuit of law school. The second is navigational capital, and most program participants will be first generation college students who may face unique barriers as they pursue their career goals. The third is financial strain, and this is probably the biggest barrier to people figuring out how to pay for all that's involved. And the last barrier is social and emotional support, and this is an overall sense of support for the decision to attend law school. So for all these barriers, we also then have interventions. For our LSAT intervention, we provide completely free and a full-length commercial LSAT prep course from Kaplan. And the street price of this course is around $1,200. And it's the same premium level course option that Kaplan does offer to the public. For navigational capital, we provide holistic and individualized admission counseling. And this is provided by a subcontracted organization specializing in the sort of support for aspiring law students. To ease financial strain, we provide financial assistance during the application process, up to $600 in a program year. And lastly, for social and emotional support, we coordinate a series of online and on-demand sources of support and information throughout the application cycle. Program staff will maintain a relationship with all scholars during the program and are available in multiple ways to provide direction and support as needed. So let's dive a little bit deeper into each of the program components. So, Lex pre-law participants receive free access to high-quality LSAT prep. There are different types of test prep, and we provide what we believe is the best option on the market. So this course includes 7 weeks of instruction with an actual teacher, and everything's administered online. Each week, you'll log into and attend a class for a total of 4 hours a week. And as a part of your enrollment in the course, you'll have access to full-length practice exams and other resources available through coordinated access to LSAC's Law Hub. The course uses adaptive learning, meaning the more you participate in materials, the greater the opportunity for the program to understand your strengths and weaknesses and push materials to you accordingly. So LSAT prep courses begin through the summer of 2026, so this summer, and the sooner you apply, the sooner you can start your LSAT prep course. However, I will also add that for the prep course for Lex Prelaw, you're able to select a prep course whenever you want during the calendar year. So you're not holding to a specific time or a specific course that you have to take. So, for admission counseling, we also offer that through Lex Prelaw, and roughly one third of Lex Prelaw participants will have access to this individualized admission counseling. And this is a step-by-step support throughout the process. And at every stage, you'll have individualized, personalized feedback on where to apply, when to do activities, drafting personal statements, drafting resumes, and how to take advantage of fee waivers and getting letters of recommendation. So Lex pre-law participants also receive financial assistance. And all Lex pre-law participants will be receiving financial assistance from AccessLex. And there are multiple ways to receive cash during the program, including participating in research activities and by completing tasks in a timely manner. So assistance ranges from $200 to $600 depending on what incentive the participant is eligible for. So all Lex scholars will be invited to join a private online community where staff will provide curated content, and all content is vetted by staff and roughly coincides with the application cycle. So, for example, if there's a deadline for registering for an LSAT, we're going to tell you. We also provide guided access to webinars and events that are supportive of the law school journey. In addition to this, general support and guidance, you'll have access to all current and previous Lex Scholar participants. This is a great opportunity for program participants to start cultivating their online presence, and we have 6 years of participants so far in this group. So some of the people have completed law school and are now practicing lawyers. So it's a great way to identify who your colleagues are. And finally, program staff will host office hours throughout the application season. And office hours are bookable time slots with program staff where you can ask questions and receive guidance and support on how to access additional resources. So just kind of going over what we just talked about. For Lex Pre-Law, we have the program design where you will be receiving LSAT prep to help you achieve a higher LSAT score. We offer admission counseling to ensure that you put your best foot forward. We offer financial assistance to support persistence in the admission cycle. And lastly, we offer engagement opportunities and community to support your decision to attend law school. So now I wanted to give everybody an opportunity to ask any questions that they may have during this time.
And since you can feel free to put your questions in the chat and I can read them out, or you can feel free to unmute.
Okay. So if you don't have any questions, I'll be moving forward. So the next program is another pathway program that we're going to talk about, and that's Lex Postback Direct. And this program is also part of the Lex College Initiative as well. So Lex Postback Direct was designed to address similar barriers to the Lex Preload program, but you'll notice that while the admission counseling component drops off, academic readiness for law school is a key emphasis of Lex Postback Direct, as is bar passage. So in addition to receiving access to the Kaplan LSAT prep course, financial assistance, and exposure to support community, Lex Postback Direct participants will complete a 10-month law school prep curriculum that is focused on the academic skills necessary to succeed in law school. So for participants who matriculate to law school, they'll also receive a free Helix bar course review support to support their bar prep examination. So I will go through each of these interventions in a very similar way, discussing how they are different from Lex Pre-Law. So Lex Postback participants also receive LSAT prep. However, they have the option to opt in to receive LSAT prep, so it's not mandatory. For Lex Pre-Law, it is mandatory, but for Lex Postback, it is not mandatory. Additionally, for Lex Postback participants, there's only one course option that begins in June, and you would have to be forced to take that course if you choose to receive LSAT prep. You won't be able to select a course during the calendar year. You'll only be offered the course that begins in June. So now let's talk a lot more about the curriculum. So Lex Postback Direct Scholars will complete 10 months of law school-like curriculum, which emphasizes exposure to substantive topics such as contracts, torts, and criminal law, development of legal skills such as legal writing, note-taking, and statutory interpretation, financial education and literacy, including tailored webinars and information sessions. So this program covers topics that you'll see during your 1L year in law school, thus preparing you and giving you the foundation you need to succeed. So the curriculum programming begins in July and ends in May, and this requires 10 to 15 hours of effort per week, completing lessons, exercises, and assessments. And the Rogue Scholars must demonstrate two things. The first being program engagement, and that is the completion of all assignments and attendance at all mandatory synchronous sessions. The second is skills proficiency, and that's the attainment of all required minimum scores on assignments. So it's important to note that this program is much more time intensive than Lex Pre-Law and requires a large amount of effort and dedication to be successful. Additionally, those who fail to meet the program engagement and skills proficiency benchmarks will be subsequently removed from the program. So admission process assistance. So direct scholars will receive progress reports documenting their Lex Postback performance, and scholars will be able to share these reports with law schools. Direct scholars who successfully complete the Lex Postback curriculum will be able to request a letter documenting their favorable performance be added to their LSAC Credential Assembly Service file via its Letter of Recommendation service. Thus, when schools are checking out your letters of recommendation, they'll also be informed of your completion of the program, giving them indication that you've done well when taking 1L style curriculum. And the goal of this is to give schools confidence that you have what it takes to be successful during law school. Additionally, you almost have a leg up when entering your first year of law school because you'll be exposed to a lot of the topics and a lot of the curriculum that you will see during your 1L year of law school. So Lex Postback Financial Assistance. So direct scholars who successfully complete the program will receive a $500 cash reward from AccessLex Institute. Additionally, direct scholars who matriculate to law school will receive a $7,000 stipend from AccessLex Institute paid in installments throughout the law school journey. Additionally, we also offer bar prep, and direct scholars who matriculate to law school will receive a free Helix bar course review from AccessLex, which includes access to bar coaching. So it's important to note that this is very different from the financial support that you would receive in Lex Pre-Law, and all these awards are conditional on you completing the program successfully. So if you drop out or are removed from the program, you will not be eligible to receive any of these awards. And the goal of the financial aid here is to support you in your law school journey from the time before your 1L year to your passage of the bar. Okay, so which program is right for me? If you're interested in increasing your LSAT score, then both programs may work for you. However, for Lex Postback Direct, you do not have to take a Kaplan LSAT course, but for Lex Pre-Law, you would be forced or it would be mandatory to take a Kaplan LSAT prep course. But both programs do offer a Kaplan LSAT prep course, which is the same exact course for both. To receive financial assistance, both programs may also work for you as well. But how I just specified, the financial assistance for Lex Preload and Lex Postback does look very different, with Lex Postback Direct having more conditionally based financial assistance compared to Lex Preload, which you would receive financial assistance all throughout the calendar year. To receive admission counseling, Lex Preload may be right for you. We do not offer that in Lex Postback. And then for exposure to 1L prep curriculum, Lex Postback Direct will be right for you in that regard. And to receive Helix Bar Prep, both programs will offer bar prep when you are ready to take the bar after completing the programs. So if you're more aligned with the fall of 2026 admission cycle, as in that's when you want to apply to law school, then Lex Preload would be right for you. But if you're comfortable with applying to law school a little bit later in 2027, then Lex Postback may work for you as well. So again, it's important to note that the financial support for Lex Preload and Postback are very different. And also, as specified, Lex Postback is much more time intensive. Thus, if you don't have the capacity for the program, it may not.
Jordan, I think you froze. Students, is Jordan also frozen for you?
Okay.
Hi, Jordan, I
Um,
think you froze for just a brief moment. Could you repeat what you said?
yeah, I said I'm gonna give everybody a second in case they're typing. So if you guys have any questions, please ask away. If not, I can just continue to the next section.
Okay, we did have a question. So somebody asked if this was a paid program, and I think they were referring to Lex Pre-Law.
Paid as in, it is a completely free program. So, again, you have the opportunity to receive financial assistance from us. So that's us giving you money throughout the calendar year. And I believe the maximum amount you could receive is $600 throughout the calendar year. And if you're also interested in Lex Postspec, it's a very similar thing, also a free program. And you also have the opportunity to receive financial assistance. However, it is conditional
Thank you.
upon successful completion of the program.
Then we also had another question. For the financial assistance element, whether for the pre-law or post-bac direct programs, is there a requirement to not have financial assistance in any other form, such as from federal government, military programs like FLEP, or for Marine officers?
No, that doesn't matter for this here. It's not going to come in the form for Lex Preload, at least it's not going to come in the form of scholarships. It'll come in the form of just us receiving you or us giving you financial incentives to you in the form of cash or gift cards or things of that nature.
Thank
So it
you.
would not impact any sort of financial aid or assistance that you would be receiving from the federal government.
Thank you. Um, Students, if you have any other questions, be sure to put in the chat. So far, I'm not seeing any others.
All right, awesome. Okay, so moving on to eligibility and selection. So Lex Pre-Law and Lex Post-Bac eligibility requirements. So there are two main requirements to be eligible for Lex Pre-Law and Lex Post-Bac Direct. And the first is that you must have an existing LSAT score, and your highest score must be underneath the 25th percentile. Additionally, you must be a member of a racial, ethnic, or socioeconomic group that is underrepresented in legal education. And we do this to ensure that we're meeting the needs of the folks who we set out to support based on our mission. So again, you must have taken an official LSAT at least once, so a practice test would not count here. And the highest score in terms of all your lifetime takes have to be underneath the 25th percentile. Additionally, if you're a first-gen student or you have received a Pell Grant in undergrad, you'll then be able to be eligible for the program as well, as in you'll be underrepresented in legal education. So going back to Lex Prelaw, so Lex Prelaw participants are selected on a first come, first selected basis, and this is like actual law school as well for their application process. So the sooner you apply, the better your chances of selection. The first 50 applicants to submit all required documentation will be selected into the program and be placed into the mission counseling group. And these participants will receive comprehensive law school mission counseling, a free online Kaplan LSAT prep course, financial assistance, and access to the general Lex Prelo community and resources. The next 75 applicants will be placed into the LSAT prep group, and they will receive a free Kaplan LSAT course, financial assistance, plus access to the general Lex Prelo community and resources. And the final 25 to submit all required documentation and be selected into the program will be receiving financial assistance only, plus access to the general Lex Prelo community and resources. However, this group does not receive admission counseling or the LSAT prep course, just financial assistance and then invitations to attend general programming and general Lex pre-law events and activities. For Lex Postbac Direct, selection is a little bit different. So Lex Postbac applicants will undergo a more rigorous evaluation, and only 50 participants will be selected into the program. Additionally, differing from Lex Pre-Law, applicants must submit a two-page personal statement as well. And applicants also must have two recommender assessments. So,
Yeah, I'll let him know when he gets back. Uh, Jordan, I think you're frozen.
correct, there's only one group. And in that one group,
Jordan, sorry to bother you. Would you mind repeating what you said? You froze for a bit.
Sorry about that. I was just saying that all participants will be receiving the same support and resources from the Lex Scholars team for Lex Postback Direct. Um, and it's not like Lex Preload where you have the three groups. Instead, there's only one group. And again, all participants would then be receiving the same exact resources. Additionally, just to repeat again, we also require you to have two recommender assessments that we also do require for Lex Preload as well. However, for Lex Preload, we don't take a look at what the recommender is saying about you, but for Lex Postback, we do. And that's just part of us being more rigorous with our evaluation of participants. Again, you must submit a two-page personal statement, which is not necessary for Lex Preload, but is necessary for Lex Postback to be selected. And compared to 150 participants, there will only be 50 participants selected into the program. So another opportunity for questions if anybody has any.
I don't see a question, but Jordan, I was wondering if you could repeat the part where you were describing what would qualify as different underrepresented groups.
Absolutely. So I can just go back quickly. So if you're just underrepresented in legal education, and that looks like if you're first gen, you would be this will be applicable for you, so you will be able to apply and be selected into the program. And also if you have received a Pell Grant for an undergrad, you would also have the ability to be selected into the program as well. So for those two things, plus being a racial and ethnic minority as well.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
It looks like we had another question. How far out from a bachelor's degree in terms of years is AccessLex considered for the post-bac direct? Is there a cap for up to 10 years, for example?
So there is no cap. We do have some participants who are in their 60s. Um, so there's no cap on who can apply or how long ago you attended undergrad.
Thank you.
Okay, moving forward. So now we will be
Sorry, one more
discussing.
question.
Oh, no problem at all.
I just
Absolutely.
came in. The difference between the two programs would be the start date, one being fall 2026 and the other being spring 2027. So I think somebody was trying to figure out what the difference is in the start dates.
Yeah, so to apply for the program, those programs will be opening up on April 1st. So on April 1st, you have the ability to apply to both programs. Um, the start date that I was referring to for the fall 2026 and fall 2027 would be the application. So when you're applying to actual law school, right? Lex Pre-Law more so aligns with the fall 2026 admission cycle. So it's going to prepare you it's going to prepare you to apply this fall. Comparison to Lex Postback Direct, where you have the 10 months of the law school curriculum. And that's so you would have to complete those 10 months and then it would then prepare you to apply for the fall of 2027, not for 2026. Does that make sense?
Yes, it made sense to the student.
Awesome.
Thank
Awesome.
you.
Any additional questions before I move on?
I don't see any yet.
Okay, so I'll move forward then. Okay, so moving on to the AccessLex resources that we have to offer. The first one I'll be talking about is Explore JD. And Explore JD is a free online tool that helps aspiring law students find law schools that match their personal preferences. So it's going to ask questions about factors such as location, cost, diversity, and curriculum, enrollment, and outcomes to generate a personalized list of ABA approved law schools that fit students' wants and needs. So I'm going to attempt to share my screen so that you guys, or share a different window that you guys can kind of see what I'm talking about, and to give you guys just a live walkthrough of the process. So can you see that?
Yes.
Okay, so this is the website for Explore JD. And I have an existing session, meaning that as you can see, I have a location for my account. I have my own account for Explore JD, and this is just gonna house and save all the information that I input so that when I revisit it, It'll have all the information there and all the law schools I want to apply to there. So I'll just press continue. And then this is how it looks when you open it up. So it's first going to ask you questions about location. So what regions am I interested in attending law school? For the sake of this, I'll just say I'm not interested in attending law school in the South, in the Midwest, and I can say, so it's going to include all the states that I would be applicable for, but I can also just select the state that I want to be in. So it's a total of 23 questions in total, and I can then be asked questions about preferring to attend law school in a mid-sized city, large city, urban city, small town, whatever it may be. So I'm gonna skip this question. It asks you if you want it to be pedestrian friendly and walkable. So things of that nature. So now moving on to cost, I can say, hey, I'm interested in law schools where there's a 50% tuition discount awarded to whichever percentage of students. I can skip that question for now. In terms of living expenses, I want to keep my living expenses under 2,200 per month. And then I want my total law school debt to be, let's just say, 120,000. So then now that kind of cuts down the level of schools that I have, or the number of schools I have rather, the 12 schools that meet my criteria so far. Skipping the LSAT question, now going to academic life. Let's say I have a 3.8 GPA, I just input my information there. And we can move over to diversity for the sake of time. So it's going to ask me, do I want to attend a law school with a racial and or ethnically diverse student body? I can say I would like racially diverse faculty as well, and things of that nature, racially diverse area as well. So I can also say I want a school that provides me with a good chance to pass the bar the first time. So if that's a priority for me, I can select that as a priority. So for the sake of time, moving on to the final look. So the final review before you move on, it's going to ask you how important these things are to you. So I can say this is super important and please prioritize this, or this is super important, please prioritize this. It's not one off. I can pick either one in terms of level of importance. So I'm reviewing my results. This is the outlook. So based on the information that I input into Explore JD, these are the schools that are the best match for me. So as you can see, all these say 100% match. So if I were to kind of broaden my search, some of them would say 70% match, 80% match, 90% match, 50% match. And that's just going to be how well they're essentially answering the questions or how well I'm answering the questions to kind of pick and detail and cut down the list of law schools that are right for me. So let's just say for the example, I want to attend Temple Law School, and I can look at the overview. So it does require a very high LSAT score. It gives me information about the average debt at graduation, the median undergrad GPA, percentage of students of color, and first-time bar passage rate. And this is all really important information. So additionally, without a tool like Explore JD, what you may do is that you may have to then go to every individual school that you want to apply to, and then get an Excel sheet and kind of type in all this information to an Excel sheet on your own, instead of having it all at your fingertips and giving you all this good information. So it gives me even more information below where it has information about attrition, employment after graduation, the full-time entering class by test, the class size, and the class credentials, plus information about if I wanted to have a part-time JD program, this is a school that I can do that at. This school accepts a JD, the GRE rather, and the JD Next as well. And it gives you information about scholarships, grants, and tuition and fees and living expenses as well. So there's a lot of information that you can just get from this. And again, obviously, this school would be different as well. But it just tallies all my schools here. So if I'm interested in all these schools, I have all this information at my fingertips that I can use to then apply to these schools much easier because I have a better idea as to what these schools require when applying to these schools. Okay, so moving on to the next resource to talk about, and that's going to be the Scholarship Data Bank. Can everybody see the slides?
Yes.
Excellent. So the AccessLex Scholarship Data Bank is a free online resource that lets aspiring, current, and graduating law students search more than 800 vetted external scholarships. It includes over $3 million in aid and offers filters to help users find opportunities to match their stage in law school, financial need, and other criteria. So this is how it looks. On the left, you can filter the scholarships that may be right for you. So as you can see, I filtered right here for award amount, and I wanted to only look at scholarships that were awarding above $15,000. So to apply for the scholarship, and the scholarship is right for
Jordan,
me. Yeah.
sorry, you cut out for a bit. The last thing we heard was $15,000.
Oh, sorry about that. I'm not
You're
sure
fine.
why. I have three bars. I'm not sure why my internet is unstable. Okay, sorry about that. Of course, I can restart from there. So as you can see, I selected an award amount for scholarships that were $15,000 and more or more, which that's what I'm interested in right now for the sake of the example. I can look at scholarship types. I can look at the sponsoring organization, the award maximum, the application deadline, and also the eligibility requirements as well. Additionally, I can also, on the left, I have more information about selecting a scholarship for scholarships that are for first gen or Native American individuals, for Latinx individuals or LGBTQIA individuals, people who are underrepresented in legal education, people with mental disabilities, whatever it may be. And I can kind of just then tailor the scholarship and filter it for for an area that's right for me. So again, I might be eligible based on these things on the left to see for whichever scholarship I want to apply for. So there's over 800 scholarships and over $3 million in total aid combined here. And again, all of them have differing application deadlines, so you just have to find one that is best suited for you. So you can apply for it, cross your fingers, and hopefully you can then receive it and receive the full award amount. So the next resource I'll be going into is the student loan calculator. And the AccessLex student loan calculator is a free online tool that helps law students, graduates understand their borrowing needs, estimate monthly payments, and compare repayment plans. And you can explore consolidation and refinancing options and project potential loan forgiveness as well. It provides an easy way to evaluate the full financial picture of earning a law school degree. So quickly, I'm just gonna give you an overview and kind of share what that exactly looks like. Okay, so when you go to our website, you go to resources, you can then go to the student loan calculator right here. Obviously, I have it already pulled up. I'll scroll down, go to aspiring law students because this is all good for pre-law students. And let's say for the sake of this, I wanted to attend the University of Maryland, Francis King Carey School of Law. And I would just input whichever law school I want to attend and whether or not I'll be in state or out of state. Let's just say I'm in state for this example. So it's going to ask me my current student loan situation. So I can say for undergrad, I have 20K remaining on for student loans at a 3% interest rate. So I would just input this information to give it, so give me a holistic idea as to how much in loans I would need to pay back. So it's going to ask how much my degree would cost, what is the tuition and fees during the academic year, plus the estimate for living expenses during the year. And again, these are just example numbers. They're not necessarily real, it's just for the presentation. So how much would I need for living expenses? So things like rent, and utilities, personal costs, room and board, transportation, books and supplies, average loan fees. I can input all that information. And I would input it here, and would then calculate it as well. So how much would will I be contributing to my in-school expenses? And let's just say I do have a job and I wanted to pay as I go. I can then enter my income, my savings allocation, and how much money I will be contributing while I'm in school at this specific university. So how much do I expect in scholarships and grants? Let's just say I applied to one of the scholarships I just showed you, and I received a 30 grand scholarship. I can then input that information and say the frequency, is it a one-time scholarship or is it an annual scholarship? For the sake of the example, let's say it's an annual scholarship. Now, what other information can I provide about myself? So this is just more information about family size and gross incomes and whatever state that I'm coming from as well. And this is the output it's going to give. So it's going to give me an output telling me how much I need to be borrowing every single year to be able to complete a 3-year law degree at University of Maryland Francis King Carey School of Law. And it's going to talk about my cost of attendance plus my scholar minus my scholarships plus whatever estimated cost of living. And then doing that, it's going to tell me how much in loans I need to be taking out to be able to afford this law school. So how will I pay it back? It then spits out to me a repayment outlook, and I can click on say standard at a 6% interest rate, the total amount in loans I would need to take out, plus the interest paid. And it kind of just charts this for me as well. As you can see how long I'll be paying this off as well. Then I can also do it in tables. So I can see the interest paid, the principal paid, things of that nature by month as well. So again, this is a great tool to kind of see, get a great idea as to how much in loans you need to be taking out to be able to afford law school, and essentially tells you how you would be able to live. It can also give me more information about consolidation and refinancing as well, plus information about programs and loan forgiveness programs that I may be eligible for based on my situation. So what's next? Um, Also, just more tools and resources that we offer, and some of them I will get to as I go forward in this presentation. Okay. So that was a student loan calculator. And if anybody has any questions, now is the time to ask.
I don't see any questions so far, but for the scholarships tool, what was the website for that? Just on the AccessLex website.
Yeah, so the scholarship tool is the scholarship data bank,
Mhm.
and you would just go to our resources page and you'll see it, click on it, and then again, there's over 800 scholarships plus a tally of $3 million in total aid. So I would just encourage everybody to check it out, find one that you fit the criteria for, and then just apply. And you'll have a chance, you'll enter yourself into it for a chance to win.
Thank you. That's such a great resource for students.
Absolutely. Okay. So moving on now, going to discuss the Diversity Pathway Program Directory. And the Diversity Pathway Program Directory is an online database that helps prospective law students find programs designed to support individuals from historically underrepresented groups. It provides information about pathway programs that offer resources, guidance, and opportunities to help students prepare for and successfully enter law school and the legal profession. So this is how it looks. And as you can see on the left, you can filter by region, target population, enrollment classification, program duration, and program features. And it's going to spit out to me a bunch of pathway programs that we have available, and we kind of encourage students to apply for. So specifically wanted to highlight the program features aspect. And again, if I'm interested in a pathway program that offers admission assistance, 1L courses, internships, LSAT prep, mentorship or stipends and financial support. I can then kind of filter to find one that's right for me based on that. So if I'm really interested in 1L courses, I can then filter that and then find a program that offers that, or LSAT prep or mentorship or admission assistance. So this is an example of what it looks like when I click on a program. It's going to give me more information or a lot more detailed information about the program. And again, so this program offers admission assistance, internships, and mentorship as well. Okay, so this program does not offer 1L courses, and it does not offer LSAT prep, and it does not offer a stipend for financial support. So those filters, I filtered those things out to only focus on these three things that I'm interested in. So if you're interested in one-on courses, then I would encourage you to find one that offers one-on courses and then mentorship and internship and admission assistance and financial support as well. So the next resource I will discuss is Access Connects. And Access Connects is a free service that provides one-on-one financial coaching for aspiring and current law students as well as recent grads. And through Access Connects, you can speak with a accredited financial counselor who can help you understand the scholarships, grants, loan terms, repayment options, credit, and overall financial planning for law school. So this is also an awesome tool. And when you're trying to prepare and trying to figure out, hey, how will I afford law school? I can see with the student loan calculator how much in loans I need to be taking out. I'm not sure how I'll be able to afford it or pay it back. I have a bunch of loans from undergrad or whatever it may be, and I've never really been able to create a budget. This tool would then be right for you. So I can speak one-on-one to somebody who can kind of go through my financial situation with me and then help me create a plan as to how can I afford it and just help me explain loan terms who that may be confusing for a lot of students. And then can just again give me hope as to what I need to be doing to understand the financial side of law school. So Taria, who's on this call right now, Taria Thornton, she's also one of our accredited financial advisors. So you'll be listening to licensed professionals who can give you the best information possible to help you understand the cost of law school and also then help you develop a plan to be able to afford law school as well. Okay, so the next resource I will discuss is Max Prelaw. And Max Prelaw is a free online suite of resources designed to support aspiring law students as they prepare for law school. It offers interactive lessons, webinars, videos, worksheets, checklists, and one-on-one financial strategy coaching to help students understand the admissions process, pay for law school, and build strong financial habits before beginning their legal education. So this is how it looks. I can browse Max Preload by timeline, and it's going to give me a timeline as to what I need to be doing before I reach my first year law school, or sorry, before I apply to law school. So it's saying, hey, before my application, putting on my application, I need to understand the law school investment. I should be looking at the diversity pathway program for pathway programs I should be doing before my 1L year. Tools like Explore JD to see which law school is right for me, doing worksheets of choosing the right law school, and then a worksheet or webinar on learning about the potential, projecting the law school return on investment as well. And it goes by increments of four, as you can see. So 24 months before law school to 20 years before to 20 months before law school. And again, it's just going to give me a step-by-step timeline as to what I need to be doing at each point before I then prepare to submit my application. So this is an example of one of the checklists that we have you guys do. And again, it's also by timeline. So 24 months before law school, then it moves to 20 months before law school, even though it's a little bit cut off. But let's just say it's 24 months before law school. I should be talking with my friends and family about the commitment that's involved for going to law school. I should be seeking opportunities to learn about legal education and areas of practice. I should learn about the law school application process, and I should be researching schools as well. And for 20 months before law school, I should be doing these things. And these are actual checklists that you can actually click the check mark button to say, okay, I completed this, I completed this, I completed this. And you should be doing that for the 24 months all the way up to the point that you're applying to law school. So also, there's also a scholarship opportunity built into Max Pre-Law. And to enter for a chance to win, and you can see the scholarship opportunity at the bottom. All you have to do is participate in the lessons and webinars offered in Max Preload. So you first would create a Max Preload account. After that, you would then participate in the webinars and the lessons and the checklists and the tools that I just showed you guys. And then you would be entered automatically into a drawing for a chance to win the award. So you wouldn't have to enter yourself. You don't have to write an essay. You don't do anything like that. But just by participating and taking advantage of the resources and the tools that we offer in Max Preload, you'll be automatically entered for a chance to win a $15,000 scholarship towards your 1L year. And there are also going to be four chances to win scholarships. So there's four opportunities to win 15 grand. And again, just by participating, you automatically enter yourself in four chances to win $15,000 towards your 1L year. So a lot of money here that's available to students who are interested in attending law school. And 15 grand towards your 1L year is one of the scholarships that you have will be great for a lot of students. So kind of just doing an overview as to all the resources that we just talked about. So firstly, if we talked about Explore JD, and this tool is going to help you weigh your priorities and compare law schools based on your criteria. We talked about the student loan calculator. This can help you identify common expenses and plug in your financial resources so that you have a clear financial snapshot as to how much law school is going to cost. We discussed the law school scholarship data bank. And with this, you saw how to search and filter over 800 scholarships and writing competitions so you can win a scholarship that's right for you. We just showed you the diversity pathway program directory. And with this, you can identify programs to support your goal of attending law school. But also, another pathway program that we offer again is Lex Pre-Law, as well as Lex Postbac Direct. So don't forget about those as you are looking for a pathway program to apply to. We talked about Access Connects, and with this, you can schedule a one-on-one call with a certified financial advisor or counselor rather, and receive financial coaching and to get your questions about budgeting, scholarships, and student loans and the financial aid process answered. And the last thing that we talked about was Max Pre-Law, which is part of the Ask Edna umbrella. And with this, we saw the webinars, lessons, and resources that we encourage you guys to take advantage of to help you begin your law school journey. So the last thing I want to talk to you guys about is our virtual summit that's coming up right now. So this is part of our Max Pre-Law programming. And with this law school virtual summit, if you're applying to law school in the next admission cycle, we encourage you to launch into your legal education and career with this must-attend event. With this, you can learn strategies for navigating the law school admission process, explore the new rules affecting law school borrowing and repayment, hear from a panel of current law students who will share their experiences and insights, and then earn entries into our May 1st Max Pre-Law Scholarship Drawing for a chance to win one of four $15,000 scholarships. There's also a bonus where two virtual summit attendees will win a free LSAT prep course valued at 1200 at 12 over $1,200. The date for this is this Saturday coming up on the 21st, and the time for this is from 11 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. And I'll give everybody an opportunity to scan the QR code to help sign up a lot easier right here on the slide. Just take a picture, sign up, take advantage of it, learn a lot more about the law school process, what you need to be doing for your application, the financial side, and then also just be here for a chance to win 15 grand towards your 1L year. Again, that's a lot of money. It's free money that we're just throwing at you guys. And all you have to do is participate in one of these events. And just by participating in one of these events, you'll be automatically thrown into the drawing to win a scholarship. And then also for a chance to win a free LSAT prep course at no cost to you. That's valued over at $1,249. Okay. So I do see a lot of action inside the chat. So I wanted to give people an opportunity to ask all the questions that they may have.
Not seeing any questions so far, but I guess for students who are interested in some of the scholarships, are there any specific deadlines generally for the scholarships, or are they all deadline dependent on the scholarship itself?
Yeah, so all the scholarship deadlines are going to be different. And well, at least in the scholarship data bank. So I would encourage you guys to look at that, select one that you can apply for and that you have enough time to, if it's a writing competition or if it's just an application process to do that for, do so comfortably before applying to give your best chance to win the scholarship. And then for the Max Pre-Law scholarships, there are different drawings throughout the year, and our first drawing is May 1st. So if you were to complete a lot of the lessons and webinars, you'll be automatically drawn to for a chance to win the May 1st scholarship drawing.
Thank you. And then a student had a question. are they able to join the Launch Virtual Summit even if they would be applying to law school in fall 2027?
Yeah, you can still join the Launch Virtual Summit. We'd also just encourage it. It's available to all students. We want to give out this free information that will be applicable for you. So, really encourage you to join it.
Thank you. And you mentioned so many great resources. Is there a particular resource or something that you think would be a good starting place for students who are interested in weighing into figuring out pre-law things but not wanting to get overwhelmed?
Yeah. So if you're trying to decide or you're trying to or you need help with the law school process, I would just encourage you to check out the Diversity Pathway Program Directory. And that's the one with a lot of the pathway programs that we do suggest and kind of push towards students to apply for, including our pathway programs of Lex Postbac Direct and Lex Prelaw. However, um, again, these programs do offer things like admission assistance, LSAT prep, financial support, things of that nature, and they are to push you towards going to law school. But I think this can give you some level of indication as to see that, hey, is law school right for me in this regard? So maybe just applying for one of those programs would be good as a good starting spot. Additionally, I would also just encourage you to check out Explore JD, which is our the program that you can use to select and find the law school that's right for you based on your criteria. And that's just inputting all you want in a law school, seeing if you have the grades and the LSAT score to apply for that law school. Also understanding how much it will cost you and things of that nature. So I would check out that resource as well, input my information, set up my account to see what exactly I need to be doing to be able to go to the law school that I want to attend.
Thank you so much. And I think that checklist especially will be really helpful for students as well. And that was through Max Pre-Law, you said?
Yeah, I was through Max Preload. Yeah, so then the law school virtual summits via Max Preload plus a lot of the worksheets and the checklists that we do offer students to kind of do before their 1L year is through Max Preload. So just encouraging students again to check out that resource. You set up an account and then just by participating, you have a chance to win 15 grand towards your 1L year.
Thank you so much. Students, if you have any other questions, go ahead and place them into the chat now. I'm going to go ahead and put the post-event survey if you guys could fill that out as well. And thank you so much, Jordan and Taria, for all of the information you provided. These resources are amazing for students, and they can definitely be helpful in helping them figure out their pre-law journey.
Absolutely. Absolutely. If you guys have any more questions, let me know. I'm glad I was able to talk to you guys today. And again, we just want to push and encourage students to really take advantage of all these free resources. Every single resource that I went over today is completely free of use. Even if you don't do any of our programs, you can go into the website right now and kind of use them. So I would just encourage you guys to take advantage of them. They're here for students like you guys. So yeah, take advantage of the programs and have a great day.
Thank you. And is there an email or somewhere that the students should go if they have any further questions?
Yeah, I can put my email in the chat really quickly. That should be helpful. I have no problem. Yeah, we have prelaw at accesslex.org. And then if you want to know more about the pathway programs and have questions about that, I can also help answer that. And my email's in the chat right now. So anybody who wants to ask any questions, just send me an email and I'll be answer the questions to the best of my ability.
Thank you so much, Jordan, and thank you so much, Taria. We really appreciate you guys.
Absolutely. You guys have a great day. Thank you so much for having us.
You too. Thank you.
All right then. Bye bye.